Welcome to Poppy's episode, or episode 34 of Two Girls Chirping. I'm Lauren.
I'm Abby.
And happy Austin Matthews Day to those who celebrate, which is the Maple Leafs fan, after he finally scored last night.
Yeah.
And we won the game, so forced to Game 7.
Period.
Happy Poppy Day.
Happy Poppy Day. I've never said a bad word about you ever.
I mean...
It was time. It's been time.
I'm
glad. And Pat's ready.
And you
we'll
know
talk
what?
About it,
He's like an Avenger. He saved it for when the world needed him the most. Which was last night.
Okay.
Oh, important things. I found a cute purse.
Look at it.
It matches.
Everybody say, wow, Lauren, this is so cute. So cute. Ooh. Ooh. She's... Lauren also had a chunk cut out of her leg.
We don't have to get into that.
So that's why she just grimaced and screamed a little.
She did not scream.
Screeched.
I mean, I've heard my cat meow louder than I did.
That's fair.
Okay, first and foremost, let's get into the brief notes I have on the IIHF. For some reason, that is having my brain just confuse it frequently.
Yeah.
I shout out to the girlies and the guys who told me where to watch it.
If you don't know what it is, it's the International Ice Hockey Federation. It's
the
basically
men's world championship.
Yeah, it's the
so everyone who's not in playoffs that's really good is playing for their teams right now.
Yeah.
It's like the World Cup.
Yeah. It is. Oh.
Sidney Crosby, Flower, Celebrini, they're all on a team with like a billion other people. All your favorites are there.
Imagine
if they're
like
not playing.
4 nations, but more and also less coverage and excitement.
I only have like a couple notes, so just bear with me. I still don't understand exactly how it works, but I'm trying to keep up. Did everyone see the Will and Macklin video that Team Canada and Team USA did, where they just like clipped it?
It was giving...
It was so cute.
It was giving long lost lovers.
It was giving long distance.
You know what it reminded me of? Daisy Jones in the 6. The end where he's like, your mom told you that? I don't know. Where it's cutting back and forth between Daisy and what's his name? I don't know. The way his name has never stuck with me.
Sam Kaplan?
I've watched that probably 3 times and it doesn't stick with me.
I love that show.
That's what it was giving. I love it. The media people knew what needed to be done and they executed it.
That was cute. I saw a very cute clip of Sidney Crosby. He was about to fall over and bite some ice, and Celebrini literally swooped in out of nowhere to pick him up and stabilize him. He was like, not our God.
He said, keep
not
your chin
Mr.
high,
Canada.
King.
It was so cute. Also cute, the U.S. scored, this was just like a fun fact, when they played Norway earlier this week, they scored 2 goals within 3 minutes.
Period.
And then won it in overtime. They kind of had like a comeback story. They won 6-5 in overtime, which was fun.
Love it.
Not as fun as Sweden shutting out Latvia. Guess how many goals?
Ooh, I'm going to say like 8. I haven't watched any of it.
It was 6-0. 2 of those goals, God bless them, were scored by Latvia players on their own goal.
Oh.
It was brutal.
Are there any
I don't know any Latvia players.
In the NHL?
I don't know. I was not familiar.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
But you are close with 8 because Finland beat Slovenia 9-1. Several of the games have been very high scoring this week.
I kind of love that.
I love it. 9-1. Okay, Team Finland. They couldn't
More
get
Finns,
it done
more wins.
at 4 Nations, and that's fine. But you're getting it done now.
They got robbed.
They did.
At 4 Nations.
Dude.
I'm actually...
Nico Hischier is hurt. He got hurt earlier
Is
this
it a
week
shoulder
in a game.
injury?
I don't
Because I think it comes with
like
the contract. They got an annual subscription at the Devils. You sign up, you get a shoulder injury
they were like,
every
the
season.
Hughes are done. Who's next? You.
There's a bird building a nest right there.
Yeah, I know. Not capable.
We're having babies.
Also, that's a very safe space for them.
It is. It's a great space for them.
Anyways, let's focus up. So far, from what I have noticed, Denmark, Sweden, Switzerland, the U.S., of course, Canada, of course, and then the Czech Republic, they're having a good time.
That's good.
They're living their best life.
I do love the content that's coming out of Team Canada specifically is really the only content I've seen.
I've seen a lot of Switzerland.
Because I've seen a lot of, like, Macklin with Sidney Crosby.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, the new generation versus, like...
They're so dramatic about that.
I love
Macklin's
it.
a teenager. Just let him...
Yeah, he's literally a teenager.
Just let him exist. Please don't make it a bigger deal than it already is, because he already seems nervous enough.
Yeah. Did you see the video of... Well, we don't need to get
into them sitting on the bench?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was like he was too scared to sit next to him.
Yeah.
That's so real. That'd be me if I ever saw him. Be like, I don't even know. I'm not worthy to look at you. Okay,
yeah.
Switching to the PWHL.
Dude.
Do you have any notes on it? I have
Montreal.
My loves.
Oh.
My loves. My victoire.
So, I know we talked about it when we talked about the PWHL in our, like, 4-part series. Mm-hmm. The number one team of this season gets to pick who they play in the first round of playoffs. Mm-hmm. And so you pick the team that you think you're going to beat. So they picked Ottawa. And for the second season in a row, the lowest seed has knocked out the number one seed. Mm-hmm. And like, it's beautiful, but it's also like, oh.
I know, I'm like,
my victoire. Damn.
But
Montreal can't catch a break.
They went to playoffs. Both of them went to playoffs. And honestly, that's fine. We got to go.
Yeah, we went.
And we did the best we could.
Yeah.
So I'm proud of them. Let me shut up. Ottawa and Montreal had the longest PWHL game ever. Mm-hmm. Do you remember how long it was?
Did it go into triple overtime?
Four
Quadruple overtime.
4 overtimes.
Which is insane.
It was 5 hours and 34 minutes
they
of
played
straight hockey.
Over 2 games in one.
And that's why they are my queens.
Yeah. Speaking of queens, Jocks and Jills commented on our TikTok.
I'm deceased. Thank you. Thank you for commenting. We love.
I woke up to that this morning and I said,
it's going to be a great day.
Yeah, and it has been a great day.
The Charge won the Victoire. We talked about that.
Yes.
2-1. And then the Minnesota Frost beat the Scepters 3-1. Now, I want to talk about the Frost. Because have you seen... I love the Frost. We know the WAGs, wives and girlfriends.
Yes, I know where this is going.
Do y'all know the Habs, the husbands and boyfriends?
The Habs.
Because the Minnesota Frost is the only one I've seen do it. They mic'd up like at least 1 or 2 of the Habs or the WAGs.
Yeah, they're significant others.
Yeah, they mic'd them up for the games. And that content has been so cute to watch. It has been amazing.
Whoever's idea that was, thank you so much. Because I'm obsessed.
Also, Maddie Rooney's fiance casually said that she and Flower go and get coffee on Tuesdays every single week. And I just have a question. Is that real? Or was that just for jokes?
Can someone confirm?
Maddie, can you speak on it? Yeah, so we will... I don't know when... They announced it this morning, but it was pre-coffee, so I don't remember what time the final Walter Cup... Jesus. I don't know what time the finals for the Walter Cup start, but it'll be the Ottawa Charge and the Minnesota Frost.
Yeah. Which if you had
I'm kind of going for the Frost because I like their content.
I'm also going for the Frost.
And I like their uniforms.
They're my number 2 team.
Yeah, they're high on the list for me.
Victoire's number 1, obviously.
The
Frost, the Fleet, the Charge. Mm-hmm. The Fleet, I go back and forth because they've had some... It doesn't matter.
Yeah. We don't have to
get into all this. The hierarchy of the PWHL in my head. Sarah Nurse is like in her own category. She's above everybody.
Yeah, agreed. Queen of my heart. Also, if you're wondering, Lauren, where's your 7 Brew cup? I knocked over the lid scooping out the ice, so I've just got a little cutesy jar with a straw. I hope it doesn't make too much noise.
Yeah, that'll be fine.
Speaking of noise, let's talk about the NHL playoffs. Mm-hmm. I turn it over to you. Okay, for those who have seen, which is all of the Canucks and the fans, Adam Foote, our defensive coach, is going to be our head coach next season.
Yeah.
Now, Quinn has, in the past, said that Adam Foote is the best defensive coach that he's ever had and that he coaches like he is teaching his kids, not like yelling at them.
I've heard good things about him as a coach.
So I think that Jim Rutherford just went whatever Quinn wants.
I truly do
think
think
that's the vibe I got.
They're just trying to give Quinn whatever he wants.
Because we need a good offensive coach and a good offense.
Yeah.
We have Quinn Hughes. We're fine on defense. We're not the best, but that's not our glaring issue. Our offense is.
Our offense is horrible. That's fair. Well, okay.
I mean, we got Mancini. We got a couple of late additions that helped. So I feel okay about it. I think we need several changes.
Yeah.
The problem is I am emotionally attached to most of the guys that I think need to go.
Yeah. So first and foremost, Quinn Hughes, just come to Jersey.
Come to Jersey. It'll be easier. Emma said that I can pry him out of her cold dead hands, which is fair.
Oh, Emma Harris?
Yeah, Emma.
That's so funny.
Mm-hmm. I can't remember if it was her or if it was Rachel, but it was one of them. They both had the same reaction.
Yeah. Vancouver fans, look, there have been some riots in Vancouver.
What would you even have to look forward to if they took Quinn? Like, no.
It would be horrible to their franchise.
Do I realistically think it's going to happen?
I don't know.
It would take a lot.
It would take a lot. He's not an unrestricted free agent either.
Mm-mm.
So the team...
He's still got 2 years left.
I don't know what they would have to do to get him. But also, did you see that they asked... God, why can't I remember his name? The GM of the Devils. Tom Fitzgerald.
Yeah.
They asked Fitzgerald about it, and he basically was like, I don't know anything about that.
He was like, you're not getting my Hughes. I'm collecting them all.
I think it was more like, they're talking out of their asses over there in Vancouver.
They are.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? Anyways, that's actually
They've been
crazy.
giving the drama. Also, for those who are not aware, Adam Foote's son, Kalfa, is one of the guys that is on trial for the alleged sexual assault from the whole, 2018 World Juniors team. So, that's another layer.
Yeah.
We'll see.
If we're going to talk...
Did you see that they kicked out the jury?
The judge has dismissed the jury.
Mm-hmm.
The judge will be the only one, making the verdict out of this, which I don't...
And then the defendant's lawyers publicly... They alluded to the fact that they were like, we did not taint the jury. That's baseless. We would never do such a thing. But I've seen several jurors say something about them approaching them in coffee shops. So this is all alleged. Allegedly, it's all bullshit.
It's no longer alleged because the jury was dismissed again. We actually got the reason why there was a mistrial last time, and it was because the defense was talking to the jury. So this is now the second time that the defense has spoken to the jury and gotten them dismissed. Honestly, at this point, innocent people don't do that. That's all I'm saying. Also, the text messages in between the defendants, some of them were read out in court.
Yeah.
Was that yesterday?
Yeah.
And it just, I don't know.
I have never once had to film someone giving consent for any type of sexual relations. I've also never had a group chat being like, we're good. We didn't do anything wrong.
We're innocent. This is what we're saying. We're innocent.
Who are you proving this to?
Yeah.
Exactly. So, I mean, y'all know what we think. We stand with women, and I think that they're guilty as hell. But we'll see what the judge thinks.
We'll see what happens.
God.
But shout out to the girl who has stood outside the courtroom.
There's been a couple of them
every day when they're walking in.
The girl, I don't know her name, but she has read them to filth.
Yeah.
Their fits, their height, their personalities. Every single day they go into the courtroom. It's hilarious.
It's what that guy that came after us in our comments was trying to do to us.
The one who said
fat ugly bitches shouldn't be allowed to talk. Yeah.
Hey, it's still better than the couple of people who said they'll find us and kill us.
Yeah.
To which I say, fuck the Capitals fan base. That's insane.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't even say fuck the Capitals fan base because
there was so many people that
we put out a TikTok People came out of the freaking woodworks. We put out a TikTok that was basically like, why are people fans? It was a clip of our episode last month. God, felt like a month in 1 week. Last week, there was like, why do people like the Capitals? Like, what are we missing?
Yeah.
And we got a lot of good responses. We actually...
Like Dylan Strome, I love that man now.
Shout out to the girl that was like, you just got to be able to separate, like, on ice, yeah, they're menaces, but off ice,
And
you've got to be able to separate it. Because we've seen a lot of stuff about them off ice that we're like, oh,
well,
heck,
that's
I do
the
like
thing.
them.
I haven't seen anything about it.
Yeah.
But it was exactly like the Red Wings. Like, and I did it for, I think, the Canucks, too. Like, there's a couple teams that I'm like, why are y'all fans? Like, explain it to me.
Yeah.
Because people, I mean, we all have our reasons, but, like, I'm new to hockey, so I want to know what your reasons are.
Yeah.
And, like, the Red Wings, they won me over based on, like, their social media.
Yeah.
And then there was like, way more people that commented, like, helpful stuff, and I was like, oh, I think I like them. And actually, as a matter of fact, I saw the sweetest little clip of, like, Dylan Strome and Tom Wilson, another guy that were doing.
Dylan Strome dressing up as a prince for his daughter's birthday party.
Like,
adorable. Tom Wilson showing up early for community service stuff.
Yeah.
I
love it.
But the guy that said that he will find where we live and murder us strictly because we asked why are people fans of the Capitals, fuck you.
Seek help.
Seek help, because that's a bigger problem with you than it is with us.
It's crazy the things that people feel comfortable saying on the internet.
It is crazy.
But to the people who did have helpful responses, thank you.
Yeah.
And honestly, we had talked about it after the clips that, like, a couple people had sent us, and then looking more into it. And just seeing how gracefully, spoiler, they lost the series, and how the thing is, they played so aggressively against the Habs, and they did so many hits that were so dirty. And
in the regular season
hate
and
that
in
type
the
of
playoffs.
play. Yeah, in the regular season and the playoffs. And then there was the whole Canes versus them game that was just like, I was like, who the fuck is cheering for these douchebags?
All of it.
But then they played what I consider to be relatively clean. Like, they played hockey with the Canes. And I was like, okay, I get it. I like it. And they lost with dignity. And they did the handshakes. And I don't mind them.
Like, sometimes we just need to know why, like, we need a reason to support a team.
Yeah.
And we have no problem supporting teams off the ice versus on the ice.
I support the Oilers because of Draisaitl, what is it? McDry. And everyone hates the Oilers. Now, who I don't like are the Panthers, but I also don't hate them. I don't hate any of the teams in this series.
I can feel indifferent.
And I actually kind of like Tom Wilson now.
Yeah.
Based on the stuff I've seen.
But that's it.
That's our tangent. Should we dive in?
Yeah, we're going to start first with the Canes Capital series anyways. Okay. In case you missed it, the Canes have won. They're going to the Eastern Conference Final. I am live, laugh, loving. I'm so glad you asked. I'm actually doing great. Fantastic even. I have game 4. So this series, up until game 4, nobody scored in the first period.
Yeah.
In game 4, Ghosty scored first. The first goal in the first period. God, that's a lot of firsts. How many times can I say first? I don't know. The Capitals just looked really frustrated in game 4 and didn't really, like, you know how they can get frustrated and so they play better? Yeah. That's not the kind of frustrated they were. They were frustrated and so they couldn't
pretty sloppy that game. But they played better the next one.
They were pushing and shoving in the end of the second period. It was so funny to me. Carey is getting literally, like, just basically
beat up.
He's not even getting beat up. It's like fake punches being thrown in his face. It's fine. And the ref comes up to him and he goes, I didn't do anything.
Yeah, the ref comes up and is like, go. And he's like, I'm just standing here.
He's like, I didn't do anything. He was grabbing me. I didn't do a thing. It was so funny.
Your Honor, I'm innocent.
It was also the game that Tom Wilson mocked the storm surge in front of the Canes bench, which
that was
funny.
Hilarious.
That was so funny to me, especially because
I didn't realize he was just a silly goose. He's got rage issues, but he's a silly goose.
Yeah.
And I like that.
He does. It's the snatching the mouth guard out of Aho's mouth. It's all of it. It was funny.
I'm looking up to see
and the
when
Canes
he was
won
born.
That game.
He's an Aries. Yep.
An Aries man. I don't know what that means.
You don't have to.
Okay.
Do you want me to? Like,
nah.
Okay, I didn't figure. We'll talk about it later.
Yeah. The Canes won game 4 in Raleigh, and then game 5 was in DC. They had the chance to win the series.
And we
did. Alexander Nikishin made his debut. He spent this past season playing in the KHL. They signed him. There was a lot of back and forth about a contract. People thought he was going to go to a different team. It doesn't matter. He made his debut. He was okay.
That's a lot of pressure for a debut.
That is a lot of pressure.
So I don't
he made some good
feel
moves.
that that's an accurate reflection on anyone.
I
think for the context and the tension, he did good.
Yeah.
Kinda. He's fine.
He's fine.
Don't worry about him.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see him in the regular season, too. I mean, we still have the Eastern Conference series at least. So we'll see. I wrote a shout out to the guy in the front row with the cowboy hat who climbed in through the second row to not have to make people move. And he had like a bag of to-go food in his hand. He was balancing. He did not look like the type of person that should be climbing over a row of seats, but he did it so gracefully. Shout out to whoever you are. I hope you had a good game even though y'all lost. Stahl scored first. The Capitals scored not on a power play. God, my handwriting's horrible.
I know. You write like a serial killer.
I should write in all caps.
She writes in like font 6, all caps, like a serial killer.
That's how I was taught how to write by our father, who also writes in all caps like a serial killer.
Yeah,
who gets it from his dad, who also writes in all caps.
Yeah, y'all are. That skipped my
Oh,
genetic makeup.
I know what I was trying to say here. Also in the first period, the Capitals scored. It was set up very well by Jacob Slavin. He was trying to make a pass behind the net, D to D. Instead, it bounced off of the net right in front of Freddie Anderson. The Capitals came in and just...
And you know what? He made up for it.
He did make up for it.
Also, I want to talk about where Slavin's Calder is.
Yeah. Well, they haven't made it far enough for him to get
slept on. Give him the Calder.
If they make it that far,
where's his Norris? Does he have one?
I feel like he's got to have a Norris.
He's got a Lauren award.
Yeah. Yeah. He's got a Lauren and an Abby award.
He's got a 2 Girls Chirping award.
While you're looking this up, Logan Thompson made an insane save on Stankoven. He's completely out of his net. Stankoven has an empty net in front of him, and somehow Thompson gets back to block it with his stick. It was insane.
He's never received a Norris.
Bull crap.
He's been nominated a couple times.
Is he nominated this year?
I don't know, and I've already exited out.
Fair enough.
And I've already rambled on.
Fair enough.
I do have score. I know we spent the morning shopping and getting coffee, but I do have schoolwork I'll have to do today.
Yeah, that's fair. The Capitals scored again in the second, but it was overturned because the entry was offsides.
Yeah, it was. But it was textbook offsides.
It was very clearly offsides. It wasn't called. They spent 20 seconds in the zone before they scored. 19, to be specific.
Yeah.
And the fact that they just like played for 20 seconds and then they were like, oh, this is actually offsides.
I know.
Feels like a waste, but I don't know. It was a coach's challenge.
Formula One. The thing that Formula One has been doing, oh my God, they were so bad about it last season.
Horrible
is that they have started awarding penalties and then they'll be like, we'll decide after the race. Bitch, decide now.
Yeah.
Because that determines the strategy. What are you talking about? So someone will finish we have had multiple times where someone's finished on the podium, been in the post-race interview and been like, well, what do you think about receiving the penalty? And now you're down to 5th. Okay.
Like what?
That's so, oh God.
And that's
there's
how they'll
enough
find out.
of y'all to be able to do your job. And if there's not, I don't know why, because with the penalty money y'all rake in, y'all should have plenty of staff.
Period.
Did you see that?
No,
the Capitals coach, what's his name? Kerberry? It doesn't matter. The Capitals
Cadbury.
It's something
Spencer
like that.
Cadbury.
I don't know. He's not my type of coach.
But
he did say that he shouted out Slavin and talked about how great of a defensive player he was, and I appreciated that.
Slavin's been slept on until Four Nations when people started to appreciate him.
I know, truly.
And get your flowers, King.
We're woke now.
So
we see you.
So the game is tied 1-1. There's a minute and 59 seconds left in the third, and Andrei Svechnikov scores. Mm-hmm. It was beautiful. I loved it. I've actually never seen that man show that much emotion.
What did he do? Jump for joy? Run into Jarvy's arms? Kiss on center ice?
Don't talk about it, be about it.
Show me.
But so now he's got 8 playoff goals.
Yeah.
Or 8 points or goals. I don't know. I think it's goals.
I think it is.
Because Mikko Rantanen is the only player that has more than him with 9.
Ugh.
So we'll see how that...
Mikko Rantanen will not let the Canes live. He will not let us know peace. He was here for like a couple weeks. I was like, it's a lifelong enemy.
Yes. And then the Caps pulled Thompson for an empty net.
Stupid.
Seth Jarvis scores off the empty net.
Yeah, he did.
It was so cute because he like fell down while he scored. Jordan Stahl comes in and like hugs him on the ice, and then it cuts to the bench and they're all hugging and jumping, and I was just like,
so cute.
I'm gonna go cry now. That was great. I missed a storm surge. That's my only other note.
Oh my God, did we really miss the storm surge? We watched it live.
They played in DC.
Fuck me. We can't have nice things here.
So I personally, I just want a storm surge.
I'm demanding a storm surge pre-game round 3.
Pre-game. Please.
Y'all owe us one.
You do.
It is you do bullshit that y'all don't celebrate every win.
Didn't they finish up round 1 away as well?
I thought they finished it at home because I think, and my memory is dubious at best.
They did, but I don't remember seeing a storm surge.
Anyways,
any other things to say on that series?
I don't have any other notes.
All right.
Enjoy your off season.
Period. Okay, Oilers and Golden Knights.
Ooh, I do have a note about this.
You do?
Yeah.
Is it about a specific game?
I don't know which game, but I know it's about. You start, and then I'll throw it in.
Okay. So the Oilers have won the series. They are going to the Western Conference Final. Mm-hmm. Game 4 had the first fight in the playoffs so far.
Yeah.
Like, drop the gloves fight. Essentially what happened, Aiden Hill, first of all, Aiden Hill was on one this game.
Feral.
He was absolutely feral.
Feral.
The refs came over to the coaches and were like, you got to talk to him because
you got to talk to your man.
He's swatting at people. He's trying to fight on his own. Dude. It was crazy. So Aiden Hill did get kind of shoved down by Heineman. He was pushed into him, but Aiden Hill didn't know that. So he was like,
I'm going to kill you.
Fuck you up.
I woke up in a bad mood. I've been looking for a reason to fight.
Oh, Janmark is who tripped. Oh, these were all different incidences too.
Yeah, that game was
so that happened.
Bad.
Janmark tripped Hill. Mm-hmm. They both stuck out their legs to trip each other.
Equality.
And while Janmark went to the box, he got a tripping penalty. Aiden Hill very much got away with that and didn't get penalized at all. And then Haig and Frederick had a fight in the first period. It was all right. They both looked tired. But I guess I would say it was a good fight. It was a pretty fair fight. Yeah. I wouldn't call a winner.
Better. I've seen a lot worse, though.
I have seen a lot worse.
Yeah.
Never, ever forget Jalen Chatfield yeeting McMichael down.
Lives rent-free in my brain. Thank you.
I think about that frequently as well. What else do I want to say?
You know what wasn't that good? Brady Tkachuk's Four Nations fight.
This game was also on Aiden Hill's 29th birthday, and so the commentators were like, he's having a very grumpy birthday this year.
I'd be grumpy too if I had to go to work on my birthday. I've done it 3 years in a row. It sucks.
Yeah. Okay, here's the fight that happened, I think.
The big one. This is where they did their big one.
Henrik scored, and in this, Kane landed on top of Hill. Hill said, I think the fuck not.
Absolutely, this is not a parking space.
Chaos erupted. It's so funny because there's 3 Oilers players over here like celebrating with each other, and then they realized them, and they were like, "Oh, we gotta go stand by our men." Hill wanted to fight, he didn't. Kane got a charging penalty. There were 3 other penalties given out total.
I've never even heard of a charging penalty. That was my first experience.
It's I'm trying to think of how to describe it.
I learned about embellishment penalties in the playoffs, and I've learned about charging penalties in the playoffs. And I've also learned that the refs can't see shit. Unless the league calls them and tells them to do a better job, and then all of a sudden we catch everything.
It's crazy. The Oilers won that game 3-0, a shutout. They also won game 5, 1-0, a shutout. They didn't score it all in regular time.
Yeah.
They went to the overtime, and it was scored by Kasperi Kapanen.
Mm-hmm.
Mark Stone was out again for Vegas.
Yeah.
He had come back for game 4, but he didn't play game 5.
Did they say why? I can't remember.
So he got
no disrespect,
like shoved into the boards
during
game 3 and left the game and didn't return about like halfway through.
I definitely thought he returned towards the end of that game.
Maybe he did.
I wouldn't trust my mind.
But
it's
he
not
played
normally right.
He played game 4 and then was officially out.
Yeah.
Game 5. The Oilers won the series, though. Now he's out for the season. He gets to go recover from whatever happened.
Oh, get healthy. Speaking of healthy, Hurdle from the Golden Knights. I can't remember which game it was. I want to say it was either 4 or 5. He was really pissed, and he went to the bench and, like, smashed his stick, and it hit the, like, equipment rack and went flying into his trainer's head and took out a chunk of his head, and then the trainer had to leave. And it was so bad because the other dude, dude on the left of him saw it and was like immediately like, "Oh my God, are you okay?" And I don't think Hurdle saw it until he was walking away, because he didn't have any reaction until he was walking away, and then was like, "Oh my God, are you okay? I'm sorry."
I haven't seen that at all.
Well, then the Golden Knights for the next game, they took white tape and did like an outline of where the trainer had for, I can't remember, I think it was just for warm-ups, and did they initially had like the outline of where he stood to be like, "Hey, don't hit here." And then they went and added the stick. It was so funny.
That's so funny.
A bit of a laugh. It's tongue in cheek, Danielle.
Tongue in cheek. I haven't seen that at all. That is so funny.
I'll have to show you.
Please.
That's, I think, the only fun fact I had about that. It is, there was no other fun to be had.
So Stars versus Jets.
Yes.
The series is not complete at the time that we were recording it. Game 5. Mm-hmm. No, game 6 is happening tonight in Dallas.
Let's go Stars.
The Stars currently lead the series 3-2. My money is on the Stars because Hellebuck has been struggling on the road.
I don't have any money because I just bought a purse and a shirt to match. But if I did have money, it would be on the Stars because that's who I want to win.
Yes. So game 4 was in Dallas. Stars won 3-1. I said the Stars will now be referred to as the hat trick heroes.
Ooh.
Because Michael Grenlin got a hat trick in that game. They are taking their turns getting hat tricks.
They're like, okay, who do we want to get a hat trick this game? It's your turn.
Yes, Miro Heiskanen is back, who was the Stars' like number 1 defenseman who's been injured. Yeah. He hasn't played since January.
He came back in game 4?
Yeah, that's the game I'm talking about. I said it's giving more Finns more wins because they have 5 Finns.
That's my mentality.
I said the vibes from the fans in the third period were incredible.
The vibes have been immaculate.
They were so good.
The whiteouts, the Stars. Oh, they have been fan service at the best.
Yes. So the Jets pretty much controlled the first 2 periods, but the Stars like took advantage of these sneaky moments and just like absolutely dominated in the third. It was great.
I mean, it's the playoffs.
Stars won that game 3-1, and then game 5 was in Winnipeg. Hellebuck had another shutout. He is so good.
I know.
At home.
We all are good.
I don't know what it is that when they go on the road, he's just not very good.
Well, I don't think it helps that people have been talking much shit on him.
Yeah.
I don't know how. I know he's like a girl dad, which makes me love him even more. I don't know how much attention he pays to the media, but they have been up his ass this whole playoffs.
Yeah.
And that's going to mess with someone.
That's true. In the second period, Mason Marshman was in the penalty box.
Yeah.
And he was having a full-blown conversation with a Jets fan sitting next to him. Yeah. And I just want to know what they were talking about. I want to be in the room where it happened.
I know. If you have the coaches, if you're mic'd up enough for me to hear the coaches, you're mic'd up enough for me to hear the penalty box.
Yeah.
Just release it.
Please put a mic in the penalty box. Release it.
I know they can hear that. I know they can.
Well, they have mics on the coaches.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Let's put a mic.
We have the means to do it. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Also, let's do it in the early in the third period. There was a 5-on-3 for the Jets. The Stars, I think, shot themselves in the foot because for a minute and 49 seconds they had a 5-on-3. The Jets scored a power play goal. It got a bit messy after this, about halfway through the third. There's a lot of roughing behind the net, but only one penalty was called versus Dallas, which they should have picked a guy from each team, in my opinion.
Equality.
I don't know.
There was more than one penalty that I witnessed with my little eyes.
Yeah, there were multiple. Well, there's another incident that we're going to talk about.
Okay.
That I think you're thinking of. The Jets scored again on a power play. Mm-hmm. The one you're thinking about is 13:28 into the third period.
I do not
right
have
in front of
timestamp.
I have the timestamps, don't worry. Right in front of the benches. They were pushing and shoving as it happens. Mm-hmm. And Jamie Benn,
my captain.
The captain of the Stars, sucker punched Sheffield in the face right in front of a ref.
With the ref right there.
Sheffield went down, brought the ref down.
All the way down. Hell of a punch.
Brought the ref with him. Somehow, throughout all of that, Dallas they still ended up with a power play. But
did you see that power punch? That's an automatic power play. Did you see that war crime? They got away with it. What, like $5,000
They got away with it, and as a matter of fact, they got a bonus. But Jamie Benn did get a $5,000 penalty by the league.
More than fair.
Which is the maximum amount that they can fine.
Think about how good you have to be at throwing punches to not hit the ref, because they were...
They
were right on top of each other.
Watching it the first time around, I thought that he hit the ref. I thought the ref at least got clipped in it, but no.
It was an understandable crash out.
Yeah. Yeah. The Jets
That was not what I was thinking of, though.
The Jets...
I was thinking of what you had talked about.
Oh. Duh.
Obviously.
That's not what I was thinking of, though.
You're like, I know what you're thinking about. And I was like, no, you don't. Because I know what you're thinking of.
Just because we talked about the sucker punch. Yeah, so the Jets won that game. Another home shutout for Hellebuck. Mm-hmm. They'll play game 6 tonight in Dallas. I'll tell you what happens. So Dallas did win the series. They won game 6, 2-1 in overtime. Before I talk about that, first of all, I definitely have been saying Sheffley's name wrong this whole time. It is not Sheffield, it's Sheffley. That is completely my bad. But his dad unexpectedly passed ahead of this game, and it was up in the air on if he was going to play or not. He did indeed play, and he scored the first goal of the game, which was so sweet just to see. They were tied 1-1, and so they played overtime. Sheffley did draw a penalty with just 14.8 seconds left in the third. So the Stars started overtime on a power play, and Thomas Harley ended up scoring on that power play a minute and 33 seconds into overtime to win it for the Stars. Now, this was heartbreaking because they immediately panned to Sheffley in the box, and that was just cruel and unusual punishment towards me personally. And then Adam Lowry basically had to get him out of the box because he was just, you could just tell it was a lot of emotions. It's a hard day. Thoughts and prayers, my guy.
My only note with that is that game 4 had the best DJ in the league. Because
in
particular, when they were handing out penalties, they were playing Bad Blood by Taylor Swift.
They do that.
During the replay.
They
They cracked me up.
They're so good. The MC in Dallas is so good.
Hilarious. And then I have one note that I missed that I'd like to talk about really fast before we dive into the Panthers, whom I loathe.
Okay.
Natalie Morris. You absolute gem. She sang the Canadian national anthem. We know. Once again, I got chills. It was a performance, and she crushed it. Oh, that's what I have. Chills. She crushed it again. And then, in parentheses, then we got crushed 6-1. We don't have to talk about that.
Yeah.
We don't have to talk about that.
We didn't get crushed. Oh, we did get crushed.
Yeah, the Maple Leaves.
Yeah, we did get crushed. Here's the thing. Ella Nylander wasn't there.
I know.
We called upon our savior.
Ella
and
Nylander.
she was nowhere to be found. But she was in, at least she posted a TikTok, in Toronto for Game 6. Granted, they were playing in Florida, but she will be there. I assume she'll be there for Sunday's game.
My thing is,
she better be. Ella, if you can't afford the flights, which I'm sure you can, let a girl know, because you need to be there for us.
My thing is, Willie has been in the same suit all of the games except for the one that they lost. What, two games ago?
He didn't wear it for Game 5 or 6.
Yeah, he stopped wearing it at Game 5. He had worn the same suit prior to. And then, so you're going to switch up your suit, and you're not going to fly your sister out to the game? I know you have money, honey. We cannot fumble this.
They had lost 2 games already in the same suit. But Ella, please. I mean, this is already good. The game will already be done by the time this is coming out. But
she'll be there. We believe in you.
We believe in you.
I believe in science, and statistically speaking and scientifically speaking, you've been there every time they won. So what if you were there for the next one at Game 7 when we desperately need to win?
Please, God.
Please, and thank you.
Please, please, please. Don't prove I'm right.
Please.
So Game 5 happened in Toronto. The Panthers won 6-1. It was brutal.
It was miserable.
Nobody played well. William Nylander was the only one doing anything.
Joseph Wall was doing his best. Joseph
Wall, yes. Joseph Wall was doing a lot.
He was doing a damn good job. And as a matter of fact, I want a public apology issued to him because he has been holding them down. Oh, Lord, they pulled him in Game 5. Okay. They just needed to see if they could mix it up. He has been a brick wall.
That's my thing.
And then the shot of him sitting on the bench after getting pulled, tears in his eyes. What's wrong with you?
That is actually haunting my nightmares.
That was so fucked up to do with no trigger warning.
None.
I don't need to see that.
Prior to this game.
He's my Wonder Wall.
Prior to this game, it was announced Rodriguez was out.
Yeah.
That man's been getting beat up.
Yeah.
He has been in the trenches in the playoffs, just taking hits out of... Oh, my gosh. Mm-hmm. I hope you're okay.
Me too.
I don't hope that the minority owner who was suspended is okay. I hope that he's having some regrets. So, a Panthers minority owner was suspended for offensive social media posts after Game 4. Yeah. So, after Game 4...
It's not even alleged because we have the tweets.
Yeah, he got in a Twitter argument with a Maple Leafs fan and ended up, making statements about Israel and Palestine and called Canada the 51st state. Which
fucking disrespectful as hell.
Pisses me off so much.
I love it when idiots get exposed for when they are their own downfall. You're a fucking idiot.
Yeah. So the league has suspended him. I think they're going to do an investigation on if he should just be fired.
I want a live trial.
I do too. That happened before Game 5 as well. So, oh my gosh. My notes are kind of mean.
Say it.
Not mean. It's mainly hurtful.
Say it. We got death threats this week.
The first... it's not mean. It's just I'm reliving the pain.
Fair.
The first period. I sure would love it if we could spend some time in our ozone.
You said that out loud, too.
Or at least retain some puck possession. The Panthers went up 3-0.
I had to read my book. I was like, I can't watch this with my full heart. I need to passively listen. This is too painful.
At the point that the Panthers went up 3-0, we turned on Pretty Little Liars.
Which this is Abby's first time watching Pretty Little Liars. This is my 1500th time watching Pretty Little Liars. So it's been so fun.
The filters are crazy.
The filter goes crazy season 1.
Not as crazy as some of the plot lines though.
Yeah, just wait. It gets so much more unhinged.
Yeah, Joseph Wall was pulled 6 minutes and 23 seconds into the third. The score was 5-0 at this point. To me, I understand why they pull him because they're trying to swap it up.
The defensemen were doing nothing.
I don't think it says much of anything on him.
No.
Because he blocked a lot of shots, too.
Yes.
I think truly it comes down to the players weren't playing well.
They didn't show up.
The forwards and the defensemen were not there.
He was the only one that was there.
And you can't pull out all your defensemen. They've got to go play, so might as well... to swap something up, they were swapping up all the lines. That wasn't working. Like, might as well try pulling the goalie. And the backup ended up letting a goal in as well. Like, it...
Poor Baba.
That was sad.
A rough game to watch.
2 Maple Leafs fans took their jerseys off and threw them on the ice.
I saw
you should not be allowed to
burning their jerseys. Calm down.
Guys.
Everyone needs to calm down.
Guys.
And now you've got a burnt jersey and we're going to Game 7. Are you proud? Are you happy?
Those jerseys aren't cheap either.
No.
And you shouldn't be allowed to buy another one.
You burned a Mitch Marner one. And what could potentially be the last time that him and Austin Matthews play.
Have you seen the rumors about him
going to the Canes?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're the one that sent them to me. I wouldn't be mad at it.
I'd
be upset.
At it
Who that would go? To me, and this is dramatic, but I'm dramatic. If he left, I would be so pissed at the organization. Because it would be like Brad Marchand going to Florida.
Yeah.
Like, that's a legacy player.
It's like Brock Bozier. To me,
yeah, he's literally a Vancouver boy. But I've already made my peace with Brock.
TBD on that. We'll keep you updated.
I don't think they'll reach out until August. Not August. I don't think they're going to, finalize if they're going to keep Mitch Marner
until after playoffs.
Yeah.
I think...
He's played so good.
Yeah.
Since
there's
4 Nations.
Some room for improvement, but there's some room for improvement
there's
from a lot of
room
people.
For improvement on them.
There's room for improvement from their captain.
Yeah. Yeah.
My only other note for Game 5, and then we'll talk about Game 6, we let them walk us like dogs on home ice. And yeah, that's true. Game 6
Hang on. I want to talk about the Florida fans that chanted USA, knowing good and well that the only players who scored on their team were Canadians.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was after Game 4 in Florida, and then all that stuff happened with our minority owner on top of it all. I'm like, y'all look like clowns. And you are.
Couple of rats.
Yeah. Game 6, though. Austin Matthews scored.
Poppy!
They went scoreless until the third period. Austin Matthews scored. Thank God. Mm-hmm. Pacioretty, who has been good for them. Yeah.
He's been also one of the most consistent players in playoffs on their team.
I fully agree with that.
Yeah. You get a Lauren Award.
Abby won too. So the Leafs won Game 6. They're going to force a Game 7.
Period.
They'll play Sunday. So again, you'll know.
So nauseous.
Insert what happens in Game 7 here, but still. Yeah.
I'm going to be so upset if Florida advances. I just don't think, and I said this morning pre-coffee when I'm at my most bitchy, I don't think that the team that injured our goalie to the point that he has not been back to play yet, I don't think that you, from a morality standpoint, deserve to advance. I think that's it for you.
That's all.
And if they advance, I'm going to be hella pissed.
I'm going to go ahead and say with my full chest right now, round 3 is going to start. It's going to be the Hurricanes versus the Leafs.
And according to my playoff predictions, yes.
And it's going to be the Oilers versus the Stars.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really said that with my full chest, and I was incorrect with my full chest. The Leafs did not progress. Game 7 in Toronto, the Panthers won 6-1. Did the Leafs forget how to play hockey? I'm so confused. First note, if you watched the TNT broadcast, Paul Bissonnette had a full-on shrine for the Leafs. He lit candles and everything. I wrote down, which that's iconic. I wrote down Nylander's candle is burning the brightest. Is this a sign? It was not a sign at all. So the Panthers basically just dominated. It wasn't even like the Leafs honestly played horribly. It was bad. But the start of the second, Chris Rooney, who was reffing the game, got high stuck by Mikko Mikkola. It was bad. There was so much blood. It literally looked like a crime scene on ice. He left the game. I don't know. I haven't seen any updates on him. If you've seen updates on him, hope he's doing well. But that's really the most interesting thing that happened. This game was the Panthers dominated. And honestly, as much as it hurts me to say, the Leafs deserved to lose that game. It's looking like Mitch Marner isn't going to be re-signed. So we will miss you, Mitch. Hopefully the Canes actually do steal you away. That'd be good. That's all.
Who do you think's going to win to go to the final?
I still think it's going to be Stars Canes
That'd be fun.
in the final.
As long as the Maple Leafs, as long as it is the Jets, the Stars, the Canes, and the Maple Leafs, I'll be happy with whoever goes to the final. I will be actively rooting against Florida. But I am not in the minority, apparently. Apparently, they are very hated.
Every team is hated.
Yeah, people
and every
really
team
hate
is
the
loved.
Canes, too. You know who doesn't hate on? You know who doesn't get hated on? The Devils.
Girl, yeah, they do.
Not in the same context.
That's fair. Probably because the surrounding teams were shitty this season.
Well, I mean, the Canes allegedly sent death threats to the Devils players.
I mean, Capitals have sent
Capitals
death threats
have
to
done
us.
that. Yeah.
I think truly it comes down to...
There's extremists in every fan base.
Yes. Yep.
Seek help.
Seek help, because it's a problem with you not with me.
What else do we need to talk about?
That's all I have.
Okay, well, after you listen to this episode, do us a favor and go listen to Penalty Box Confessions.
Yes!
Who is hosted by Rachel, who's one of our girly pops, and Kylie.
Yes.
And be sweet
I love
to them,
it.
please.
They're very... Yeah, if you're not sweet to them, I will find you.
We are...
And
I think this is how Rachel said it, but, like, we are pretty, like, here's the stats and here's Lauren's opinions. They are, like, just a good old gossip sesh.
Yeah.
Like, it's for the girlies.
It's, like, FaceTime vibes. They focus mainly on the Canucks and the Devils.
Yeah, because those are their two teams.
Yeah. So, they're fun.
They are fun.
I've thoroughly enjoyed.
My name is Paris.
Everybody say Lauren's purse is cute. It matches.
Once again.
And I hope you have a great week.
I hope you have the week you deserve.
I hope you have the week you deserve.
Which for almost all of you is a great week.
Yes.
But not for you, Florida.
Okay, bye.
Bye.